Hi everyone, welcome back to the stream. It's April 3rd, 2025. We're going to start the stream off with a 1v1 between R. Andy and Greco Barato. I can't say I've seen Greco play many 1v1s, but if I recall correctly, he's a pretty competent team game player. I want to say he favors air. Maybe y'all could let me know in the comments or the chats, like how you understand Greco's playstyle to be. But he's on the SG team. They were tryharding on 1v1s for a while. I'm wondering if he's planning on participating in the Alpha Cup that's coming up next week. But yeah, we'll have to see. Dear God, Andy, this is a greedy open. So 4 mexes? What are you doing? Okay, there we go. 4 mechs before lab. Huh. You don't see that too often. I mean, you can go 1 mechs on this map for that matter and like 2 res bots because there's so much E and metal reclaim to be had, but we'll have to see. How greedy is he just the greediest man alive? Not 2 ticks, res con, I guess he is. Into 100 pawns, so he's gonna bash his opponent's face in with pawns here in a minute. We'll have to see how he does it. Calvin, good to see you, man. I don't know how you found it so fast, but cheers. Man, yeah, so I'm here in the Southern United States, and pollen season is upon us, and it is kicking my butt right now, so sorry for the sniffles and the nasally voice. We'll have to see here. Yeah, Greco's actually playing, I didn't notice this at first, but he's playing Core Tex, which, for those of you who know, or don't know rather, there was a balance patch like 10 days ago, and they definitely changed these units, so I'd say it's become a little more difficult to play Cortex bots versus Armada bots. I'd be happy if y'all disagreed with me, but yeah, that's just my opinion. This is really nice. See, check this out. He's rezzing the trees while wind is super low. Greco's doing the same thing. Love to see it. Fixing your E issues. Nice grunt positioning there. I think at this point I'd like to see a radar. Notification squad. Is that on a Discord or is that from YouTube? I'll have to see. So Andy's getting his second con out. I wonder if he goes up to a construction turret. He's got the energy for it. Yeah, there it is. Nice. Oh, assist it. He is assisting it, right? Yeah, it's just hard to tell. It's like perpendicular to the commander. Here comes some grunts. Andy's comm is gonna try and intercept that and step in front of it. What, I guess you... Okay, so he just comes back. That was a little bit of a bluff, I suppose. But, you know, in this close of spawning positions, I'm wondering if you just go like IWC style and just do like Centurion 10 rocket bots and just walk with your commander, see what you can get done. Oh shit, okay, I didn't even know YouTube like let you all know I started streaming like that. Good to know. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, so see, look at this. This is beautiful. Contour finishes right into energy storage. Magnifique. There, I got this radar here. These grunts are going to get deleted because they step too close to the pawns. Look at that. He lost like one. I don't even think he lost a pawn. He just has one really two low health pawns, and then all those are grunts. Here, let me change my zoom in settings so I can zoom in for you guys. Look at that. Okay, he lost 1 pawn for like 6 grunts. Crazy. And here we are, classic bar. I mean, is this even a 1v1? 2 commanders this close. One of them's making an LLT. Oh, but I'm a little worried. Okay. Alright. Greco's not pulling the trigger. He's just like autopiloting into the 8v8. Make some rocket bots. Yes. Yeah, I don't think it's, I mean, you just can't idle your idle your grunts against ooh, Blodir wants to play. You can't idle your grunts versus pawns anymore. You'll just lose like super hard. You have to like what little kiting you can do. Kind of have to focus on it. This is interesting though. So I really do enjoy this map, but it can be a little awkward expanding, right? Because like you don't know where your opponent spawns. Like they have the option between these two, so that can get a little weird. Like, are you close spawns or cross spawns? But then furthermore, in this position, right, where it's close spawns, like you really have to contest these hills, essentially. And where your commander goes can make things like, personally I like to kind of go the opposite way of where the commander goes. So like if Andy's commander goes this way, like I would be inclined to go here and just take the expansion. It gets even weirder when you're cross spawns and your commanders end up walking to the same place, because then it's like if he gets there first and it's hard to push him off the hill, and like then you're like, well, your commander has nowhere to move and go to, and it just feels really awkward. So maybe that's why. Maybe I should rethink that. Like in close spawns, it doesn't matter as much as cross spawns where your commander goes. But we'll see. He's too good. Okay, self-D gets a couple of grunts there. I don't think it was killing much anyways, but nice play. Yeah, cleans up most of the grunts. I would like make a couple of res bots now to clean up this big wreck field that's forming. I guess these are fine to chill. This is nice though from Greco, grabbing this like top mid here, kind of under the nose of Andy. He's actually playing really well. He's definitely not 28. He is stalling energy somewhat though. It doesn't have the energy storage. Don't do it, Andy. Don't make the converters. I need to record the video, but I've been like, I've received coaching. I have seen the light on how to make energy storage and maybe how many to make. So thanks to Autopilot, of course. I need to make a video on this soon, but it's just like energy storage are probably like the best thing in the game, kind of macro wise. I don't think this trade's going to go well. A couple of LLTs and some rocket bots with good kiting, you can kill a lot of the grunts kind of before they arrive. We've got a Centurion showing up, 2 Centurions showing up, so this isn't going to get any damage. Greco had a resbot on this hill plateau and actually snuck a lot of this metal underneath Andy's nose. That was a really good play, actually. The resbot goes down, all these grunts go down. Now Andy just has to turn his attention onto this position here, which I actually kind of think he's missing a radar. Oh, no res? What? Just reclaiming. Wow. It's insane. You at least pick up the con, right? Oh, no. Ah. It is what it is. This push looks a little scary. Okay. You kind of walk around the Centurions. There's only 5 grunts here, 5 grunts here. Ah, he's going to pull back. I don't know about that. I guess it's to defend these 2 Centurions and rocket bots, which, by the way, Centurions are just okay just walking and face tanking the LLTs. I'd like to see a resbot there behind to repair those. It's something I've speculated on was like a decent composition, like Centurion resbot, but it's hard to micro, frankly. Keeping those resbots alive and behind the Centurions. Maybe if I actually used hotkeys, it'd probably be easier, but... Very nice. I mean, that's just a pack of reclaim, really. I mean, you clear 2 mexes, right? Which is -4 metal income, but... all this can be rezzed for no metal. There we go. Very nice to see. Take a look at Andy's base. Still in the 1 energy storage. He's up to 4 con turrets. Greco, 5 con turrets. A bunch of basic solars here. So that is giving him a little bit of energy storage, but not what I would like to see. Andy's commander is in mid. Doing commander things. Just making LLCs. And then here we go. Oh, you stopped microing? Just delete some grunts. And then, yeah, resbot in the top corner. This is really interesting. Why no res? I mean, you can just, like, even if you wanted the metal, like, you can just res the LLTs, you know, get the position. Yeah, this is what you want to do. This is 600 build power. That's like 2 commanders here printing units, right? And it doesn't cost metal. That's wild. Like, as if the commander was a fiend or something making grunts, right? I know commanders can't make grunts, but you know what I'm saying. This is kind of scary. 5 Centurion rocket bots behind him. We'll have to see how well this deals with, how well Bug rocket bot goes up against this. It seems like pretty well, to be honest. Oh, I got this engagement on the top side. Andy getting some nasty D-guns off, and that means these pawns are just going to walk right on top of this army and clear all the... push the res bots off of this field, right? Maybe he might not kill them because they're like defilers, right? Try catching this. Classic Andy, like the only person to make the EMP nexus. What are those called? Twilights. And this is kind of scary. Okay. Andy's got this huge reclaim field. Dear God. 1,300 metal. Commander's on top of it. Excuse me, already making LLTs. Yeah, it definitely does change the game. So it looks like Greco got the better end of this trade. Where did those Centurions go? Are they all in the... 1, 2... I know he had 5, right? So 4 of them went down, but still, like... You can't take the fight and not res, but... Oof. I mean, these pawns are just running all over the field, getting damage everywhere. 5 pawns in the back of the main base are going to kill all these wind turbines, right? Unless you walk between them and take the damage from them. But look at that. Nice micro. Yeah, I think that's game, right? Commander just made the LLTs. He's just gobbling up this metal as quickly as he can, putting that into a rocket bots, just on pure rocket bot right now. Kind of cute. I guess Greco's commander can come back here, but look at these mexes that need turned on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mexes, right? So that plays into this 20 to 34 income advantage. Geez, so many LLTs. It's just... These, like, classic players just really love their LLTs. I guess it makes sense. It's a small map, so... We'll have to see. Resbot coming out. Okay. Still no resing. I might actually send Andy a message. I'm like, bro, I know you're better than me, but, like... You're not better than resing, right? Too good to res? Like, shh. Shh. Of course, the Twilights are back online. Like, he's like the only person who uses these. What does that draw? Minus 15 energy per second. Okay. I wonder if they nerfed this EMP. I know they nerfed the EMP bot, but... Aluvula... Sorry if I'm not saying that right. Aluvula asks, what is more metal produced when it's all on LLTs? What is more metal produced when it's all on LLTs? Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. What is an advantage when you're just putting... I mean, LLTs are good. Like, if you wanted to push off these 2 mexes, right? You have to chew through all this. Is Andy E-stalling? Yeah, but that's a separate issue, right? Like, even if you turned your lab off, like, it's still more efficient. Like, resing is still more efficient, right? Because it costs half of the energy and none of the metal. So, like, the metal you are using to print units, you could make, like, basic solars even, but seems like he's stalling energy. Not anymore, but... Yeah, resbots are, like, it's, like, the best unit in the game. 200 build power, costs half the energy, and no metal. So, I mean, they are like 115 metal apiece, something like that. But look at this, 4 LLTs. Psh. Who cares? All right, do it, Greco. Do it. Nice D-guns. Get the LLTs back on the hill, or Resbots back on the hill, and then here come the gunships. So we'll have to see how much damage he gets done. There's Bigs out? No, there's bombers out, so... Okay, this is how I know. I can't tell you how many games I've lost this way, where it's like, instead of making scouts with the air lab I went into, like I go for like Shuris or bombers, and end up losing that way. I guess he's forced to make the bombers bomb this field. Now this could swing the battle, actually. If he gets control of this reclaim field and starts like pushing, but I don't know if he's got enough like meat here, like thugs, so to speak. I mean, not bad. If he gets another pass, that could kind of even up the score. But Andy's on three energy storage. But he has an empty energy bar. Okay, he might get another pass. Okay, if he. Sorry, there's a lot going on. If he can get control of this reclaim field, he could win the game, but we'll have to see. He needs to bring his commander down there. He needs to make like... Okay, he doesn't even have a lab. Okay, I was going to say he needs to make like 10 resbots, but we'll see. No lab. He's got a full metal bar, dude. Put a lab up somewhere. Okay, he's trying to get one back up. Start making thugs and resbots. Yeah, look at this. What is this? 700 metal. Another 560, right? Well, yeah, that's a... This is weird. Okay, that's the one he rezzed. I'm like, why am I not seeing... Selecting all the LOTs. Yeah, 855. Plus all the anti-air. Okay, so now Andy wins, I guess. He's rezzing. Calvin asks, why does Andy always do his turbines like that? Yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe you can ask the man himself, but I mean, this is how easy it is, right? What is it? Is it Shift Alt Z to increase the spacing? I think, what is that? That's 2, right? I think if you build them like this, they don't chain, right? Is that okay? 1, 2, they don't chain. I think I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so maybe there's a chance. He's got some reclaim. And he picked up the Centurions, but he rezzed 2 of them. He's desperately trying to fix his E, but he's going T2, and he has the metal to pay for it, right? This is the beauty of the energy storage. Actually, he's missing a metal extractor right here. But I would like to see him reclaim maybe the air lab or just a few of the basic solars to like pick this back up. Greco, it's got the Geo up. The resbots are doing work. He's up to a lot of resbots, and his radar is about to turn online. Okay. Goes con first, and then what? Into like a couple of welders or gunslingers, maybe? I'm not sure. What is the range on gunslingers? 365 to 475. So I didn't quite realize how range increases with experience. I want this unit to be good, but it's just not. Maybe it's good late game when there's like ticks and pawns everywhere being printed for multiple labs. He goes gunslingers. All right, we get to see it. God, they're so cool, man. Like tall boys, you know. Got that sick gun. This army's kind of scary. Jesus. Yeah, 65% army value. And he still has the resbots. Does he end up winning this? We'll have to see. I mean, he's Printing gunslingers. If he was desperate for metal, he could reclaim these solars, right? What is that? 1240 metal. What, they 3-shot thugs? They're still not firing. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. The grunts spill forward and he gets on top of the production. Is this how the game ends? Dude, resbots are OP, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, he just walks over the base. All right. Yeah, see, this was the play, the welders. They're so much more tanky. And they're cheaper. They're 300 metal cheaper and like almost half the energy cost. That's crazy. Yeah, and see now, like, you just can't even get back in the game because there's 11 res bots here resing the whole T1 army that just died. Ten kills. Does he have experience yet with 10 kills? They're so cool. I want this unit to be good, but unfortunately it's not. And you was smart, put it on unranked. Yeah, now he can just, I don't know, res T2 lab. Go T2 himself. Calvin asks gunslinger buff win. It has 18 kills and it still doesn't have experience, right? Yeah, I agree. That's a good point. Okay, Andy taps out. GG. Well played, Greco, dude. From the jaws of defeat. Climbed his way out. Wow. What a comeback. Yeah, I'd say gunslingers are better in AV8s for sure. Oh, it looks like everyone else came to this lobby. Slinger need calm to get XP. Huh. Let me end Greco. I'll play one. Let's see. So hope you all are enjoying the stream. If you can, like the video, leave a comment. Let us know how we're doing. Got some stuff in the works. Had to reschedule a video with Ragna. We're gonna cover like co-oping and communism. So that should be a good episode. I'm looking forward to that. I've got some autopilot stuff in the works, and I actually had a little coaching session with Enda Club yesterday. I recorded that. So that's like a 40-minute episode. We played like 3 games. Oh gosh. I don't think this is a good 1v1 map. There we go, Feast of Hades. Yeah, so there's stuff coming down the pike. So if you haven't made your way over to like the main channel, I'm not sure what to call it. There's a pretty extensive library now of videos to peruse around. So I think I have like 300 videos. Got about an hour for games. Hades Pond? Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so we'll watch another one. Maybe Blodir will come on in here and chat with us for a bit. Let me send him a message. What about the coach session with X Factor? I have a few coaching sessions with X Factor on my channels, Calvin. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd go back and look at the archives, perhaps. I think I filed that into the like the pro player replays, something like that. Okay, we're gonna get Blodir in here. I'll give us a second to get this online.
Hello?
Hey, Blodir. I'm gonna move up a channel so we don't get disturbed, okay? And I'll bring you with me.
Okay, we want some private action.
Yeah. Let's see, where's this button? Jeez Louise. What is it? Do I not have this? Oh, I need to scroll down. Okay. Oops. Oof. Took me a while. I had to scroll
Oh,
down.
you managed to move me?
Yeah. Yo, what's up, man?
I'm right. I was just coaching Greco, I guess. He asked earlier.
Okay. That makes sense. I saw you coaching Arkham Cats the other day too. So I guess
What did you say?
like Archum Cats. I don't know how to say his name.
Arximcat? I don't know. Arximcat. Yeah. He's a good friend. Well, he actually visited Finland last year as well. Pretty cool.
Oh, nice. He's from FAF 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed there's like been a few FAF players that have like kind of recently picked it up. I think I even saw Blast Chilled on the other night, which I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't played for ages, but when I started, we played some games together and some like team games.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I guess that's a throwback, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. He's not as inspired about Bar, I feel like, but he does play. Like he did play for quite a while, I guess. I think he probably has not a silver Chev, but the one before that, maybe.
Right. I mean, that's still a pretty decent amount of playtime, so.
Yeah, I feel like that's like 250 hours or something.
Yeah, that's
I'm not 100% sure if he has that, but I think he has something like
that. So I noticed you were registered for the Alpha Cup. Is that something you're still playing in, or?
Well, I mean, I did register.
Yeah.
After you harassed me twice about it.
Yeah.
You seemed very concerned that I was gonna join.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's just nice to have like more top players like register. I think obviously it makes the tournament better, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably play it. I have a dentist just before it. I mean, on like a few days before. I hope nothing goes wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll play it. I'm sure.
Okay, cool. I don't know. What do you? I mean, this isn't in the map pool. I guess Feast of Hades is in the map pool, but is there?
Yeah.
I guess you're happy with it, huh? Or did you change anything?
Feast is fine. Wait, hold up. Let me look up the map pool. So what you want? Just opinions on the map pool?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to get feedback because it's something I do for the BPL as well. So like, I guess the more kind of information I have, the better it is for y'all, right? Because it's.
Yeah. Okay. So Arcs and Cats Valley, obviously. That's fine. I think it has an issue where, because you're spawned next to this kind of a dividing thing. It's almost like Is It Is Crack, where you have the middle thing that kind of divides them up into.
Right.
In Arcs and Cats Valley, you have that little middle bit on the hill because everyone spawns on the hill.
Right.
It kind of divides it in half. We had to defend two directions. And I feel like that makes it kind of hard to defend early on, which is bad, but if you can survive that, that's fine.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's a big macro map, right? So hopefully the games get past like the T1 phase, and like I mean, I don't know about Gino, but like seeing like, I don't know, maybe like Teddy or yourself playing a macro game on that would be like, I mean, it'd be great for viewers. I don't know about playing like a 40-minute macro game on a giant map, but I'm sure you're used to doing that coming from FAF, right? So, um,
Well, I don't know. I think FAF also has the problem of games ending a little too quick, or at
mm,
least games like basically being over, even if
right,
it goes on for a while.
right.
And Bar is worse about it still, but yeah, I mean,
Is there
yeah, I mean,
some,
depends on the map in FAF obviously as well.
is there like
But
some changes that could make it easier to like get back into the game? I mean, I guess other than resbots, like what?
well, I mean, I think the game, well, both games really, you start with zero maxes. You have to expand your maxes, and it's balanced such that the maxes are super efficient, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Q1 maxes are just basically free almost.
Right.
I mean, they're not literally free, but they pay off like in seconds probably. I don't know.
Right.
I haven't
Yeah.
measured it,
Well, it's like
but
25
it's really
seconds on this
fast.
map, right?
Yeah. So basically, it's just like down to how fast you can expand a lot of the time, and especially in Subcom where distances are larger. So like if you ever lose an engineer, the game is over immediately
Mm,
because then you don't have anybody on that expansion path, and then
right.
it'll auto expand you so fast. But yeah, I mean in Bar, basically a lot of time like both players do damage to each other, and then hopefully you come out even because you did even amount of damage.
Oh, okay.
It's just way too easy to die during that expansion phase.
Right.
Mexes have too little HP. I mean, even Vince, I think, have maybe too little
Just
HP.
just like nothing, yeah.
Yeah, like maybe the scouts do too much damage. I don't know, like something like that. I think the max HP is probably the most influential thing. Maybe even con HP. I don't know. Maybe making mexes less efficient, something along those
Like,
lines. I
okay.
mean, there's a million things you can think of to make the expansion phase less volatile. Like that should be something. Like if I was in the balance team or whatever, that well, I mean, I don't know. It would be really hard to convince anyone else of anything. Let's say if I was the balance dictator, if I was the Caesar of balance, I would. That's what I would think about is different ways of making the game less volatile, and I feel like no one else is even thinking about it because they just accept the game as it is, right?
Right.
But what you want is the early game to be less volatile. Right now, you just die at the start. Like no one wants to play 1v1 because it doesn't feel reliable. It doesn't feel like you really get to play the game. And then later on, like the game becomes less volatile. I think that Bar is kind of better than FAF in the respect that in FAF, I feel like until you get to like really late game, it's really not very volatile at all. Like
Mm,
it's only volatile at the start and then like super late on,
right.
right? And then it's like pretty stable in the middle, except for like a couple of exceptions like T2 air stuff.
Right.
But most of the time, it's pretty
It
non-volatile.
it
In Bar, it's like you can do a bit more in the tier 2 stages and so on. But then Bar has the issue of tier 2 maxes are giga OP, so it has like this really massive spike of volatileness, like basically at the start of the tier 2 when you're making all the tier 2 maxes. And once that's done, then you get to play the game,
right.
basically.
Right. Volatility in the T2 phase in the sense like the mexes, like you get such an advantage if you are making T2 mexes before your opponent,
Yeah.
or okay.
If you're slightly ahead of your opponent, in how fast you're expanding your tier 2 economy, you get a massive advantage. Like you get a massive reward for little difference, basically. And so that's another thing that should be looked at is just nerfing the tier 2 max, maybe making a tier 3 max to, so that you can nerf the tier 2 max a lot.
That's actually a good
Or maybe
idea.
you just or you maybe you don't want to go that way. Maybe you want to keep the game, like you don't want to add any more units. Then maybe you want to just make tier 2 max way more expensive. Like that's reasonable choice as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of thinking out loud here, but if they did nerf the T2 mechs, that would make that like communism co-oping style like way less strong, which I guess is kind of a concern. Like, I'm not sure your
Yeah.
experience playing in like the 5v5 or 4v4 tournaments, right? Where it's, if I'm not mistaken, the last 5v5 tournament, it was just like the team who won it would just get like T2 up in like 4 minutes and then start capping mexes, but maybe you can
Yeah.
speak more to
Generally,
me.
that's super important. Just capping maxes super fast. Tier 2
Mhm.
maxes, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, in general, tier 2 co-op is going to be strong anyways, because you have all the starting metal,
Right.
you have a lot of maxes. You know, you can go tier 2 super early, and the tier 2 units generally are better than tier 1 units, so most of the time you'd still want to get tier 2 really fast, but it is
Right.
true that, you know, making tier 2 maxes worse would be, you know, disincentivizing it a bit.
Right.
Yeah, so basically what I would want is that, you know, you can make basically the late game as volatile as you want. Like, it's okay to make shit like super OP in the late game. I'm fine with that. And it's okay for things to have very little HP in their late game. And like a lot of DPS and very little HP, things like that. So that like everything just blows up like super fast. That's fine. It's just that you want, you know, more, like, relatively speaking, more games to get there in an even state.
Between players of equal skill, right?
Yeah, between players of equal skill,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
Like, I know it is good. Like, people say that about like StarCraft. Like, StarCraft players say that about StarCraft, obviously. That they like that you can, you know, kill your opponent if you're better than them, like, really early. Which is kind of reasonable. Like, I like that, you know, if you really outskill your opponent, then, you know, you just end them. That's kind of cool, but
Well,
at the same time, it feels right now that, you know, I mean, I was beating 50 OS players with 2 weeks of gameplay. Like, what the fuck?
yeah, but there, I mean,
Like,
there's quite a bit of overlap between
yeah,
the two
there's
games,
some
right? Like,
there's some overlap, but I definitely wasn't, you know, like, in terms of, even if I played like 8v8 for 2 weeks, it would not have been the same. Like, I would still have had to learn all the units and things, and like, yeah, I would get the 40 OS in probably 2, 3, 4 weeks, but it's still quite different because you have to actually learn all the units in the game. Like, in a 1v1,
right.
like, I just needed to learn like basics of the economy and you know, like,
Make
micro
grunts and
grunts around.
yeah.
Because everything, you know, all the games would end at that stage anyway. So like, what's the point of learning anything else? And then, like, you know, you play 1v1s only, and you only know those tier 1 units because of that, and it's like super lame. Like, why don't I get to play the rest of the game? Like, I'd like to play 1v1. I like, you know, that's my preferred format in terms of I don't need to worry about teammates, and I also can just blame the loss on me instead of like thinking about like, oh, how can I make up for the teammates or whatever,
Right.
or like, how can I crush my opponent faster? Because, you know, that's what matters, is that you are relatively, like, it doesn't even matter if you, like, in an 8v8 or whatever team game, it doesn't matter as much how fast you kill your, like, how far ahead you are of your opponent. You have to be ahead relative to the entire enemy team. Like, you know, if you go too hard on tier 1, then yeah, you kill your opponent, or like, at least like put them behind, but you might still be behind like other players in the game.
Right.
But in 1v1, you don't have to worry about that stuff. So I mean, 1v1 is great, but like, as a format, it's just the balance doesn't really make it great.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, you make a good point though, right? It's like the T2 phase, I suppose, is where if the game goes to T2, then you have access to all these more units. You can make more decisions about like how to win the game or how to choose, you know, what. There's a lot more decisions to make, which means like more skill expression. I know you like to kind of use that word, right? And it's like, if the T1 phase is so volatile, it like you don't get to see the true game or something like that. It's like, oh, you killed a T1 con and now you won the game, right? And it's gonna take 15 minutes, right? But it's like, it seems kind of lame, right? So
yeah, I will also say that there is a point to, like, some players are saying that, oh, they want to have smaller maps with less maxes, and there is like some merit to the thought of, but you don't ever get to use rocket bots and whistlers because there's a lot of maxes and a lot of space to raid around and stuff.
right.
No, I think that's partially just because the game's balanced around 88 basically. So, you know, like, people, they nerfed Whistler like last year or sometime.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, that was a worthless unit already in 1v1 because, you know, when there's a lot of space, it's kind of useless, or at least it's not very strong. But in 8v8, when you have 2 nanometers in a lane, you know, and, you know, there's a commander, you know, every few meters, right?
Right.
Then, yeah, that's the one case where Whistler is good. So then you had to nerf Whistler, and yeah, obviously the balance will make it bad.
And like
but still, I'll say that there is still merit to just not having Hades spawns in the map pool, for example, because you are not gonna see any tier 1 unit variety because, I mean, just make tanks. I mean, it's a lot of space. That's what tanks are good at, is running around.
Mm-hmm.
Fast, driving around.
Tracking around, perhaps.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I
guess
mean,
they would be tracking.
yeah. I mean, as I prefer larger maps over smaller ones, but I guess it's like it's a totally different 1v1 at playing a 1v1 on like Onyx Cauldron than Hades Pond, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah, the Cauldron situation, Onyx. No, is it called Onyx Cauldron? Yeah, it is
yeah,
called Onyx Cauldron. That's interesting because it's like sort of bigger with sort of less mexes,
right.
but it has all these other weird things where like all the mexes are in the center, like in the bisector between the
Right.
players, which is like the place where you don't want the mexes because if you put mexes there, it will snowball, which Onyx Cauldron does, like immediately.
Right.
It's a bad map.
Maybe,
I'll just
yeah.
go ahead and say it.
Maybe
It's
not
not a
the
good map.
best what's another small map? Like maybe like Fallendale. I mean, that's
Yeah,
kind of a
yeah. I
smaller
think
map.
Falendale is actually decent, in terms of small maps.
Yeah.
I do think that that's like a little too small for my preference. Like if Falendale was the size was increased a little bit, it would be a much better map. But I do think that that's maybe even better map than Onyx Cauldron.
Yeah, for
I mean,
sure.
Onyx Cauldron, in a way, like it's cool that that's a map where you go tier 2 and stuff. But um, yeah, it's
I
it snowballs so fast.
yeah. I also not really don't really care for that map too much. Like if I was playing an Alpha Cup, I'd probably ban like it was Onyx Cauldron and then Aurelia, like the two maps I wouldn't want to be playing on. But
Wait, I think on my list I probably had the wrong maps because I think there's one more map. What is it called again?
let
The
me
one with like a ridge in the middle.
um I know you posted the map list in your server. Let me see.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. No, that's 9 maps. Yeah.
No, but isn't there also the like relatively small map? There's like a little there's a massive plateau basically in the middle, and that you have to go on.
I'll check for you. How
It's
about
kind
that?
of greenish. Don't remember what it's
Sorry, I'll
called.
zoom out.
Um,
So
Actually,
while
I'll look
yeah, it should be on the challenge page too. So
Hello, I actually need to find this out now. It's a small map. Wanderlust.
I did remove that from the pool.
Oh, well, good
Yeah,
move, because
yeah.
I would have banned that otherwise.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I mean, that one also has like an issue where, if it was inverted, where you start from the high ground and then you go on the low ground, it would be fine-ish.
Right.
But because the high ground is in the middle, that makes it really awkward because now like if you get pushed out from the middle on one side, then you might get like attacked by the range advantage and so on. You don't see anywhere in radar and things like that, right?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you removed it because I didn't like it. So that's good.
Yeah, you're
But
welcome.
the rest of the maps are quite okay, I think, right?
Yeah, I was trying to balance it between like Jesus, sound is so loud. I was trying to balance it between like big maps, small maps, kind of. I used to try and get a C map in there, but it seems like the consensus was like no one likes playing C, which for good reason, I assume so.
Yeah, I think you're just gonna have to wait for some changes to come to C, which I don't have a lot of trust that C will ever get fixed, but I mean, if it ever does, then happy to play it. But as it is, it's not fun. Just straight up.
I mean, if it's janky for both players, then anyway. But it's snowballing. I think that's the main point players like to make.
Yeah, that's actually interesting because back in the day, they nerfed C reclaim in Subcom, right?
Yeah.
And now we've nerfed all the reclaim to the same degree, basically, as C reclaim used to be nerfed, but still.
That I think that is the point players do make is like the reclaim is what makes it so snowbally, so to speak. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think reclaim as a concept is actually bad. Like, I know that's like the unique thing about these kinds of games, or like
Right.
one of the unique things, I suppose. And people say that it's interesting, you fight over the Rex and so on.
Right.
but it just makes the game snowbally. People say that it's a combat mechanic even, but then at the same time it also just disincentivizes attacking a lot.
Yeah,
So
it does.
yeah, I mean, I would nerf it a lot, to be honest. I would just nerf it
Yeah, like you could probably just get rid of the res bot
massively.
and then nerf Rex by like 50% of the metal. And
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously, yeah. Get rid of res completely. Obviously, that one's just a dumb mechanic. Begin with, make it T3 or something. Whatever. That's okay.
so I'm curious to know
Um,
what coaching you gave Greco. Like,
oh, I mean, he's asked for it, so
okay.
um,
Is there any
I
things you covered specifically? Because I mean, he's a pretty competent APA player from what I understand, right? So,
I mean, it was really informal, so
uh,
just basically looking at his game
yeah.
and commenting on it. That's pretty much it. I mean, are you looking for coaching?
No, I was just curious to know like what specifically you might have pointed out that he was doing wrong,
Yeah.
or like what kind of feedback you were giving him.
Um, that was like the Foundel game that they played against Randy, and he actually won it.
That was great. I was like, what a comeback, dude.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it was kind of a comeback. He like at some point, I think there was like a massive wreck field in the north at some point as well, and Randy kind of got all of that.
Right.
I don't know what happened. I didn't look at him because I had, camera on just Greco, but I honestly don't remember what I said too much.
Nah, it's true.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of like things like when on a map like that, the wind variety, as I recall, is quite big still on that
It
map,
is.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so you want to overmake wind a little bit and then just make storages and never make solars, basically. And yeah, and not on that map, but on a different map. One thing that I always think about quite a bit is how much mass you're spending on solars and winds. Because if you go for a solar start, even if the wind is really bad and you go for a solar start, then you run out of mass before you can't stay in your base with your comb unless
Mm-hmm.
the mexes are really good or you have like a 4 mex start or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to kind of plan like whether you're gonna expand with your commander or stay in your base, or maybe you're gonna do the X Factor. Like your opening depends on how many solars you have to make, pretty much.
Right, right.
So I think that's an interesting thing. Like that's something I didn't think about when I started. Like I didn't know um a reliable way of starting because there wasn't one, right? Like you can't just do the same thing every game. You have to um react to the situation, obviously.
Right,
But
right.
in this case, their situation is the map settings and the win situation currently. But yeah, mostly it depends on how much mass you're spending on solars and the
The
mass
wind
con of
speed.
the maxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the wind speed.
Yes, we had that not quite heated discussion in your channel about about 3 solar starts and all that. So, and it's just like
Oh, I didn't really read it. I won't lie.
it's tough. It's hard
I
to read walls of text in Discord. Yeah, so
Yeah, there were quite some quite some walls for sure. But some people engaged in that discussion clearly, so I guess some people are having fun. That's good.
yeah, I'm actually playing Andy right now.
Oh, you are?
Oh yeah.
Damn, OP.
Yeah, right.
You made rank too. You're outranking Randy now.
It's what a time to be alive.
What a beast.
Oh,
Aircraft spotted.
Yeah, this is definitely a no solar map. Oh, looks like Randy's enjoying himself.
Low power.
Dude, Win died as soon as he bombed. It's
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, at this point, I just always try to split my wins, at least a little bit. Especially against Randy.
He's too good.
I don't know, he likes to do these eye openings now. Honestly, though, ARM is pretty good against this stuff. Because, you know, your units are really cheap. You can just make ticks and anti-air bots. Doesn't matter if you get shredded.
Air transport detected.
Hot ticks are so hard to grab.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why targeting units in this game could be impossible.
Yeah, like selecting a resbot when you're like max zoomed out. It's like
Yeah, I
kinda-
feel like the hitbox for clicking is smaller than the icon. Which probably is. Like, maybe the clicking is just on the model, and the icon's bigger than the model. I think so. I think that's it. What the fuck is he doing? I see how you won your rating. Randy didn't like his start.
no.
See spawn. He decided to migrate.
Oh, that's funny actually.
When he's going down, we're still making the energy storage.
Low
Feels
power.
bad, man. Damn, he's kept that bomber alive for so long.
Get the what?
He's kept the bomber alive for so long.
Yeah, yeah, it's getting a lot of damage.
Radar lost.
Oh, that's not good. What is that? I don't know why this is.
Dude, man, he's punched up his wins. What is this? He's actually an 88 player now.
Radar lost.
He's made lashers.
I know, they're super good.
Ah, yeah, they're great. I can't believe you lost this.
Yeah, it happens.
Radar lost. Low power. Radar lost.
That's hilarious. He's just making LOTs in my base.
He's telling you to get out the game.
Yeah. All right, GG.
Random
least-
way of saying tides.
T2. Yeah. What a throw.
Battle ended.
Yeah,
maybe
for sure.
maybe he he
I
switched.
think you did the early game pretty well because like you made only basically 3 anti-air units
Yeah.
and expanded with 2 cons. So you were just like far behind in far ahead in expansion, right?
Right. Yeah, I guess I should. Yeah, I was like making LLTs there instead of like expanding.
Yeah, you could pretty much just expand and
Yeah,
just
just,
have like a couple of ticks in the enemy base, like next to enemy base, to see if the units come out and just chill with the pawns, or maybe not even make any pawns and expand with like 4 cons,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like you can just be super greedy. But maybe you were afraid of the com drop.
No, not really. He has that like the slow con transport. I honestly kind of considered just making an air lab and trying to snipe that con transport.
Oh,
he
yeah?
had just flying around the map. Yeah, because I know he likes to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. Brandy's been doing weird shit recently.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to throw us off from tournament.
Right. Yeah, I actually kind of should expect like I've seen him do the air lab start a bunch. And I maybe should have realize that's something he would have done and kind of space the wins a little better, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't mind losing games for Sandy, to be honest. Maybe you think differently about, well, maybe losing to someone who doesn't air star versus is a little different, right?
Yeah, no, I think that, yeah, the air start. I would be a bit tilted after losing to air start. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Choose your starting location.
You did kind of stack your wins at the start though.
Yeah.
So if you just had one less win in the stack, MTR would have finished earlier.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have stalled while making it, things like that, right?
Right.
It'd be kind of nice. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Blodir.
Bye.
Nice talking to you. Cheers.
Yep.
Battle started.
I actually seen him go air lab start on this game. Or this map, rather. I tried making the red spots last game. It didn't quite work out.
Aircraft spotted.
He got all of them there. That's crazy. At least I got the bomber.
Low power.
Hey, Lynn. Not sure. Hey, Lynn.
You make it back?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What's up?
Battle paused.
Oh no. Sorry. Is that it?
Battle started. Radar lost.
Oh my gosh.
Low power.
Yeah, GG.
Enemy commander destroyed.
That's the second time I've beaten Andy. The other time I think he threw it just like on Theta crystals, so no, it was a pretty crazy game. Oof. Hey, Navaya, thanks, man. Nice seeing you. Appreciate it, Wolfie. Yeah. Oh, I guess Blodir's here. Damn. Maybe I'll play one against him and then call it a day. Yeah, the Rizbots are the best unit. I think X Factor was alluding to that at the end of last game on Sierra. No one was using those Rizbots. I was like trying to, but I was like just stalling E really hard. Oh, cool. Got a nice graphic there for Alpha Cup. I think I have some coffee left. I'll take a sip. Ooh, that was pretty intense set of games there. I'm just gonna spectate. Oh, I'm not boss. Okay. Oops. Yeah, Darth Revan, right? Yeah, right. Autopilot. Hey, man, nice seeing you. Didn't realize you were watching the stream. He did go air start on Feast of Hades, so. And, like, despite spacing my win, he still got every single one of them. Wolfie asked, have I been on the big free-for-all kick recently? No, actually, I hardly ever play free-for-alls. It's a I know it's a good format to practice and learn, like, the macro side, late game things. I really wish I would have beat him on that Sierra game. I think that was just a little bit unfortunate between, like, just the wind speed at certain points in the game and just not playing well, of course. A dead lobby, I guess. Oh, it's Lowe's here? Man, I'd love to have a rematch against him, actually. He kind of spanked me around. The last time we played, it was a pretty short series. It was like a 22-minute series. Doominator, yeah. I guess I'm glad I can keep you entertained. Okay, I'm making a video, Novaya, on this, right? And basically, like, you just go up to, like, 5 or 6 energy storage. This is something I got coaching from Autopilot on. If you're still here, man, shout out. This is great advice, really. And been trying to use it in my games. I don't know if you noticed, but I think I was up to like 4 or 5 energy storage there. Oh, he's here. Okay, pick a map. I actually beat Blodir the last time we played on this map. It was pretty epic. Didn't really see that coming. This is fine. Well, Arkham Cats. I don't know how to say this. Since I don't mind playing again. Yeah, you want to go up to like 30, 40,000 energy in the bank. So like you make the T2 transition cleanly, you can make like bombers and air cleanly. Of course, when air drops to or wind drops to 4 for like 2 minutes, you don't like stall super hard, but they're only 155 metal, right? Which is like a basic solar essentially. So they're fairly cheap.
Please choose your starting
I mean, what you can invest like 1,000 metal, just you won't like never stall, but it definitely helps. Actually, kind of like the vehicle spawn up here. Feels fairly stable. No, I didn't open bots, right? So I don't really reclaim. I don't think I reclaimed any of the energy on that map. Yeah, right. Maybe I should have been more aware of my energy bar because I wasn't like. Obviously, you would want a little more energy in the bank to do the two transition. I just felt like I had such an advantage that I should go T2, like an army advantage. I actually don't know like where his army went. It's kind of weird. There was the big fights like here and here though. So like I think I was able to push his res bots off of both of those. I was a little worried about it. That was his comeback mechanic. But good to see you in power. I guess I can open bots here. Like the vehicle spawn's good. I don't know. I mean, I'll try it. I haven't played incisors from this position, but they feel pretty strong. Yeah, maybe that's what. Okay, thanks.
Battle started.
Yeah, I played core bots the last time on this map and ended up winning, so that was kind of wild. It took me a while to kill him though. I waited till I had like 30 like 30 Shivas. I had like an arc of Shivas around his base and then he tapped out. Buy the dip. That's right. Like in this case, I don't know. It's close, right? 1, 2. We'll get lucky, right? Yeah, man, just buy the dip. Keep going up. Nice. Yield 5 wind. So we'll get 2 cons expanding, and then we'll go like this and get more, and then double up on cons. We'll see. Yeah, that worked out pretty well. Okay. I mean, we're making the solar, wind's going back up, but I don't know. It is what it is. Just make new 2 solars like a normal person? It's chill, man. Like, you can make the solars at some point. It's just... You can get away with not making them, right? Six. That was good.
Low power. Low power. Radar lost. Aircraft spotted.
Oh my goodness.
Radar lost. T2 unit detected. Radar lost. Low power. Radar lost.
Oh, starlights are good. Ah, GG. Yeah, I fell behind there.
Battle ended.
Yeah, big E difference, 2x E. Big difference there. Woo. That'd be a good one to look at, I think. But I think that's going to be it for me. So hope you can like the video, leave a comment, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next cast. Cheers. Yeah, I definitely did. Sorry, Wolfie. I definitely did like feed too much with the res bots.